Hi Sagittarius, this is Heather with Twin Flame Blu-ray Tarot, and this is your monthly reading for March 2022. Can't even talk anymore. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your year and to the month. And let's see what the cards are saying for you this month. Okay, let's see if you can see most of this. All right. Just did a reading for a Sagittarius friend, so if you're watching, hello Lexi. And these were a lot of similar cards that she got. Okay. So the Moon and the Unity card, which is the Hierophant card here. The Moon in reverse, things being revealed, things coming to light, secrets that have been hidden, coming out to help you with your next steps forward. Eight of Summer or Eight of Cups in reverse, having walked away from someone. Eights of movement forward, so already on this new journey and away from someone in the past. And it looks like someone, this is the card of usually someone toxic, someone you need to walk away from. So leaving that behind. This one's looking particularly sinister in this card. Oh, I can't even say it. But you're coming out of this with the Chariot card, which is victory and success and all things good for you. Fast and forward movement for the Sagittarius is always a good thing. That's your energy. You want to just be able to move and free yourself and not be tied down by old energies. And you're coming out of this. I've usually been seeing that it depends on the reading. I read everything individually, but this as the first part of the month, and you're coming out of this really knowing yourself with the Nine of Autumn. This is the single happy person card. You don't have to be single to get it, but it is it's really the card of having solid footing under you. This is usually the suit of money, career, home, family, tangible things. And this is really being on your path, being satisfied with what you're doing for your life, path and purpose. And it is abundance. I'm seeing usually don't see the grapes popping out of this reading, but that's to me signifies abundance and harvest and reaping the rewards of what you're doing. But more than that, you're just really satisfied with how things are going for you with your chosen path at the moment. And I guess I'll go back over here. So the Unity card, this is commitment. This is higher learning and knowledge. So school for some of you. It's also getting in touch with intuition and understanding connection to spirit and using your intuition. And then, interesting, these are both fives, and fives are when, you've got 3 5s here. Fives are when life kind of flips on its head. So another big switch up moment, which Sagittarians, I think, kind of thrive on. It's not always the most comfortable, but I do know the fire signs. And as I'm talking to Sagittarius to me seems to thrive on new environments, new challenges, new things. So even though this is you've got the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Cups, this is reiterating watching someone walk away or having left a situation, and this is the Don't Cry Over Spilt Milk card. The universe is presenting a new big opportunity for you, so don't focus on the past stuff here. And to reiterate the new opportunity, the aces are new beginnings. The Ace of Summer is new beginnings in love and relationships, can be things that you're passionate about too, but this seems to be a whole row of relationship stuff. So out of the ashes comes a new beginning here. So having left something behind, and this is a whole brand new beginning, which is nice that it's with this Chariot energy. So it's very fast forward movement again, as far as I'm concerned, with these two together here. And then 2 9s back to back. We've been getting a lot of double numbers like this for most of the signs this month. And then the 9 of Cups mirroring the 9 of Autumn. 9 of Cups in reverse is disappointment, and in the upright it's wishes and dreams and hopes and all of that being fulfilled. So things have not come to fruition yet, maybe with there's some disappointment or leaving someone behind in this past arena. So you're not quite seeing this new beginning yet with this, or you're healing from the disappointment from this, and maybe this new relationship will help you kind of heal from all of that too, because in my experience, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune, or I was going to say the World card too, but the Wheel of Fortune is always turning. Our lives never stay stagnant, and I'm really getting that same message with the 9 of Cups card, that we don't stay in disappointment forever. Things always flip on their head. So to me, when I see this new beginning here, this is potential for more happiness, and again, may not be in the way some of you expect it, but could be flipping this past disappointment into something better. And in the meantime, focus on your own path, focus on what you're building, focus on career and life path, and then you'll have more room, once you kind of heal from some of this, more room to bring in and let this new person come in. And let's go to Wisdom of the Avalon. This is the Fairy Tarot by Doreen Virtue. This is Wisdom of the Avalon by Colette Baron Reed. Oh, okay. Partnership. It's been happening all through the readings here. Okay. I love these cards. Restriction, that's coming out with, things aren't necessarily, or haven't been happening the way that you'd hoped. You felt restricted by someone or a relationship in the past. Let's look at these first before all of these keep coming out. Partnership, clearly we're talking about new partnerships. Can be with business too. But clearly we were just talking about new relationship stuff, and this adds up to a 5. Again, the moment when life flips on its head and kind of surprises you and brings in something new. The Queen. Woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. So, and 4 is a more stable number. Like the legs on a table, balances everything out, puts you in a more power position when you're more solid and stable and grounded, like with the 9 of Autumn energy. And we all have feminine, masculine, feminine energy in us, but this is the kind of divine feminine energy. We don't have any other queens on the table, interestingly, but for the divine feminine energies out there, this is about stepping into your power, owning what you're doing in life, owning your path that you're on, whether it's career or the spiritual path that you've chosen to come into this life and lead. And that can be twin flame, which is a huge huge commitment before we come down into this life, or soulmate, light worker, whatever your job is here on the planet, really stepping into that power and owning it, because it's really only from there that we can spring forward and springboard into new, bigger, and better things. If you're not owning what you've come here to do, it can lead to feelings of, and I was there for years, restriction and feelings of unfulfillment and disappointment. I keep talking about you in a few of the readings. Your North Node in astrology, look that up, and there is a book called Astrology for the Soul by Jan Spiller. It is your life, it's the challenge in this life, it's your path forward in this life, and it can be the most challenging, but it also is the most rewarding, and it comes with really figuring out what you're meant to do, what is in your heart of hearts to do in this life, and then owning that, because it may seem silly or in your mind, or silly to other people. You might think they'll be looking at it that way, but honestly, when you step into what you're meant to do, no matter what it is, wow, is there an empowerment that comes with that. I was fighting doing this full time for years, and I went into so many different paths and more education, and the universe kept beating those books out of my hands, because I've done that in so many past lives, for instance, that I'm supposed to be a channel in this life. So hopefully that will give you some insight as to North Node versus South Node. And yeah, I didn't want to, for instance, put myself out there in a vulnerable position using my gifts that not everybody values or thinks is important. So we can downplay our gifts in this life, whatever they are. But I will tell you that when the universe wants you on a particular path, it will feel like this restriction hardcore. It will feel like unfulfillment and disappointment a lot. And so these two together just kind of really reiterate with this card, fully owning, man or woman, whatever it is, stepping into your own power and owning that is a whole different feeling in this life. So I really encourage you to look at the either North Node or whatever it is you're drawn to look at for whatever path you're on or what to be on, is really coming up as being important with all of this. Because even in the past we have burden, and again, this adds up to a 7, which is spiritual growth. So it's almost like they're going to let you carry this burden of whatever you're putting around your shoulders as something that you're supposed to do, or the path that you think that you should be on, when you know in your heart that that's not at all what you want to do. I've seen Sagittarians really fight with themselves as to what they should be doing, and I see it with everyone, but I'm just thinking specifically of the Sagittarians that I've known, and it can drive them really nuts. So because you guys are so intuitive anyway, you are the spiritual seekers, you are the spiritual teachers, and so that's why I think it's coming up to really own whatever it is the universe wants you to do, because it may be a completely different thing than anything mainstream, and that can be a difficult thing, speaking from experience, to surrender to. So that's what's really coming up with all of this. Burden can also be releasing this past person before you can get to the partnership here. So big messages. Wasn't planning on getting on any kind of soapbox for you or for Libra, for instance, this month, but that's what's being channeled. So I give what I get. That's part of my job in this life. I'm going to pull some Romance Angels cards for you. Oh, wow. And also I was going to say you can watch for your sun, moon, rising, cross watchers, all of the above. Okay. I want this. I don't really want this. Okay. Children keeps popping out. It's come out for a few signs, but this is either your own children, or when you're thinking about having children, that's a yes for some of you. And also inner child work. And what did you want to do for a living when you were a child? That's always a big clue. I keep doing that because I forget I can just flip my image on my screen now. I figured out how to do that. So this is how I'm supposed to hold this out. Children, doing your shadow work, your inner child work, healing all of these things. And that can really affect, especially the love life, because our partners will mirror our childhood wounds, our inner wounds, until we really work through those. And it just re-emphasizes, in the past things have been a burden, because if we haven't healed from past wounds, it's going to carry over into our partnerships. So stepping into your power, even with relationship stuff, is extremely important. We first got engagement, so clearly I can give your relationship a chance, and this could be the one. Some of you could be coming back together with your person, and everything in divine timing. These are not individual readings, these are general readings, but the general consensus is, because this is also a year, the 222 year, and we just had the February 22nd kind of, I hate the words portal and activation, but really those happened on that day. And I can speak from personal experience too, and other people around me having similar experiences. This year has opened up a lot for partnerships and divine partnerships and connections, twin flame soulmates, relationships in general. So yeah, this could bring either someone back around for a brief time, or this could really be getting engaged and being with your person. But you have to get to this point, like we talked about, that to where you can actually give it a chance, because this is not the wedding card, which some other signs have gotten. So it's really up to you, or to you and your partner, to release old patterns, old relationship stuff, old relationships, like we're seeing here, to allow this relationship to come to fruition, and to kind of cover over past restrictions in that, because if we haven't done our work, we can still feel like we're in this restriction period, even in, like we said, relationships. Trust. Well, to me, again, that's trusting your own intuition, trusting in the universe, trusting in your spirit guides and angels, trusting in the divine, whatever that is for you, working on your own intuition, and trusting what's coming, because even if it's not, the person isn't here yet, or they show up and it's very scary, or you've been hurt before and you don't know if you can trust going into this new relationship, then we can't get to this point here to where the commitment happens. So, and clearly the universe has got commitment over here and commitment here. So for a lot of you, it could be coming in. It's just a matter of deciding, can you trust this? Can you give this a chance? Because clearly it's a significant connection for you. So I hope that gave you some good insight for March. I hope that everybody has a wonderful month, and it was nice hanging out with your energy, Sagittarius. I actually do have a Sagittarius North Node, so I'm supposed to be emulating my awesome Sagittarians in my life. So I've appreciated hanging out with you all during this time, and I will see you in April. Have a beautiful month. Bye.